Fucking trash. Actual fucking garbage. All right, let's watch the Willie Mac Destiny drama.
Since my last Destiny video, a lot has changed. We have a court document from Pixie's legal team alleging that he was deleting evidence, specifically messages with multiple women, who have claimed that he shared sex videos with them without the participants' consent. So he wasn't just sharing videos with Rose, he was sending it to other women who then told Pixie. I had a conversation with Anna, who claims Destiny sent her videos of girls that she'd never seen before.
So, I've been sent videos. I have no way of knowing if they were consensually, like,
Weenie Hut Jr.
recorded or sent.
In my last video, I made clear that if Destiny wanted to be taken seriously again, he'd have to own up to what he did. He's always preaching about accountability. But now when it's his time to finally own up, he doesn't. Instead, he tells me he's going to drop the manifesto to end all manifestos. I was not very confident as the evidence against him was already damning. He literally admitted fault. Aaron tells Destiny, you distributed it non-consensually. And Destiny replies, yeah, I know. I have damaged her severely. He tells Pixie, I'm so sorry, there's literally zero excuse.
Fucked up so bad.
Tries to recontextualize this in our interview.
When I sent that message to Vix,
Destiny is pretty confident he'll win the case. I still think he'll lose. Here's the best argument for Destiny like winning is that Pixie would not have suffered any damages had she not come out and said the nudes were her. That's the best, because the thing is, he can still get you can only get damages for like revenge porn. I think it's like $150,000, or like if you think it's gonna be more than $150,000, you like get damages for that. So she wouldn't have really suffered that many damages if she hadn't said it herself and like said that it was hers, because nobody knew it was hers. So there's these things in law called like superseding events. I think it's going to be super easy, or like not super easy, but like highly likely that you can argue in court that the superseding event that caused all of the damage was her saying it's her, because nobody knew it was her. Do you think she should have settled? Yeah, she should have asked for $150K, because now she's not going to get more than that. I don't think. I think she like made an extremely dumb choice and should have just never said it was her, and should have just asked for $150K and then moved on with her life.
see it, I was like,
she asked for $1 million. She's never gonna get $1 million. That's fucking retarded.
I feel fucking horrible.
That was like blackmail. That was like, I mean, it wasn't, but it was like the dumbest fucking request ever. There was like no way in hell she was ever gonna get $1 million. It's fucking stupid.
Sorry, like I'm psychologically damaged. You're like, this is horrible, whatever. I do feel horrible. It has nothing to do with whether or not I consented to send the video. I just feel horrible that something that I was involved in ended up leaking publicly. Like, even if she would have said, like, even if that wouldn't have been sent to anybody, if somebody would have like hacked my Google Drive, I would have said the exact same thing.
So was his manifesto good? Well, it seems to have persuaded much of his own community, with many of the top comments praising him. However, when you get down to the meat of the argument he's making, it doesn't change anything. I confront him about doxing, pedo allegations, as well as converse with people from his past. This is the Destiny manifesto. Where there's DMs about you.
Destiny, he coomed too close to the sun.
Saying like, hey, I wish this person been doxed yet?
Yeah, for Anna, that's bullshit. For Jessica and Queeman, I'd kill him if I could. I'd choke the fucking house into it. Bro, I swear to God, if I quit streaming, I'm gonna go on an assassination mission, okay? These people are gonna start disappearing one at a time, okay?
That's why this video was sponsored by...
What's the doxing?
Was the primary target of the entire revenge porn posting. While other people were undeniably harmed by these leaks, they were seen as collateral damage to the publisher of the material and the website.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is he didn't leak it. So like if he could prove that it was sent consensually, like if he has any text from Pixie being like, yeah, I'm okay with you sending these nudes to people, then she's also fucked.
Hosting for it in the goal to attack me, whether it was through reputation, monetary harm, or just some other form of sadistic humiliation.
Nobody is denying that you are also a victim. Nobody is denying that the hacker is a bad guy. But the only reason there is collateral damage is you. If you didn't non-consensually share these girls' images, there would be nothing for the hacker to leak. I feel like he knows this. He's just trying to mitigate accountability.
I guess maybe. I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he still did something wrong, but you still have to say the hacker did something wrong. And then also, again, legally, I think there's a pretty good argument that like would have been way less damages, but whatever.
Hacker who goes by the name Solo
messaged me sometime in the morning and said that he was unhappy with how the coverage of the leaks
Kanye sucked his cousin's dick until the age of 14. That's pretty crazy.
Been so far. He felt as though people weren't giving it enough attention, so he was going to leak more from my logs with Rose if I didn't allow him to come on my stream and speak with me. I don't exactly remember what the message to me was, as I just woken up, read it, and then responded briefly before going back to sleep. The next time I checked my messages with him, everything had been deleted.
Bro, imagine being so like, I don't give a fuck. And someone's like, I'm going to leak nudes and try to ruin your career if you don't talk with me on stream, and then you're just like, fucking cringe. Like, go back to sleep.
Yeah, I have the messages. The messages are so demanding Destiny talk to him on stream, or else he's going to leak all the DMs and videos he shared with Rose. He also threatens to release Rose's real age, saying, "You were negligent in verifying her age even after you joked about her looking so young that you would need her ID to make sure she was really even 18. The only other time I heard this allegation of Rose being potentially underage is when I interviewed Kelly Jean.
So he tweeted like a bit over a week ago that the Rose girl was an OnlyFans girl. She's not.
Mm-hmm.
She never had an OnlyFans. She was never on any platform that could have verified her identity.
Why is she known as like a Fansly OnlyFans e-girl?
She sold nudes via Twitter. So it's not that we're trying to say Destiny's a pedophile. It's that we're saying Destiny is reckless.
I'm gonna be real, she does end up doing that. It's very much what she would imply. She'd list all this evidence for why Destiny should have been suspicious that she was underage.
Also, didn't bother to check someone's like age, right? It's like a...
But didn't it literally say, or did it say like bra size? Am I fucking retarded? Didn't it just say?
It's that we're saying Destiny
in her
is
Twitter,
reckless.
her age,
I'm gonna be
or am I
real,
stupid?
she does end up doing that. It's very much...
It's dented. I don't know that the Rose girl was an OnlyFans girl. She's not.
Mm-hmm.
She never had an OnlyFans. She was never on any platform that could have verified
Kelly
her
Jean is worst
identity.
orbiter. I don't know shit. Is
like
Kelly
a
Jean the one that's
Fansly
trying to help Pixie Sue?
Fans e-girl.
She sold nudes via Twitter. So
yeah, so she's 8. What? I mean, I don't know. That's whatever.
it's not that we're trying to say Destiny's a pedophile. It's that we're saying Destiny is reckless.
I'm gonna be real, she does end up doing that. It's very much what she would imply. She'd list all this evidence for why Destiny should have been suspicious that she was underage.
Also,
Destiny been slamming his dick up in all kinds of crazy
age,
bitches.
Right? It's like a...
Should she claim she was underage?
She said she was 19 to him. That is true. But she also said... Or
Yeah.
18 or 19. I think she said in messages she was 18 and then turned 19 is most likely the case. She was also saying, she was saying to Destiny, I can't come see you because my parents won't let me. So there was like a lot of like, within
I guess. Whatever.
these messages, sort of tone indicators that...
You know about the Denims Destiny story? Denims was trying to like fuck Destiny, and then Denims was like in his bedroom with a guy, and they got into an argument. Because Destiny was like, why are you bringing people into my house, Denims? This is fucking weird. I know there's some like weird ass backstory to all of that.
This is a very young person. So when someone says OnlyFans, they're spreading a piece of misinformation in his benefit. Because if she did do OnlyFans, he could say...
But she was listed as 18 on her Twitter and was selling nudes and said she was 18 or 19. I don't know.
Well, this website, which is known for verifying people's identity and age, says she's 19. Therefore, it's reasonable to think that she's 19. In this case,
I personally feel like that
right?
is too convoluted of an argument. And if she lied about her age, I'm probably not going to hold him accountable unless I see evidence that is very obvious that she's lying, or he asked for ID or some shit and she's going no.
So he does do that. He makes...
What? Okay, sure.
Makes a message
break it down.
Saying,
Is that
do you
in the
have...
leak
I'll have... Yes, I'll have to find the exact quotation of when he mentions identity.
Kelly never proves this. She links me to the hacker telling Destiny she was underage, and Destiny replies saying she told him she was of age selling not safe for work material.
When we started talking, she told me she was of age. The solo guy on Kiwi Farms says as much. I don't think she's underage. I don't think she was ever underage. Well, I mean, except for when she was underage, but before I talked to her.
When navigating Kiwi Farms, the hacker himself would clarify in a later post, to Rose's knowledge, Destiny did not know her real age. And even if he did not make it known to her. I don't believe Destiny is a pedophile. Now, apparently there are DMs jokingly asking for ID, commenting on how young she looks.
If I go to a club and I f someone underage, it doesn't matter that I asked for their age if they turn out to be...
Actually, that depends on the district, or the jurisdiction, but continue.
Younger, you're still going to get prosecuted the same way. It's like the onus
Speaking of underage mob rivals, had to confirm Penny
you
was
can
18.
use that as
I
a
know.
defense
That way everyone
only
could
to your
jerk off.
point. Especially if there are other reasons to believe this person could be underage, as there is in this case, or at least you are not sure. No, I don't think we can confirm their identity. So Rose's boyfriend says she was 17 at the time, and I don't know if she says she was 18 or 19 at the time of sending things.
I get what you're getting at. I need more before I'm comfortable going that far.
Yeah.
Kelly wasn't able to ever find me this message, so I asked
what a waste
Destiny
of everyone's time.
Did she ever engage with you or like show you like a site where maybe it did check for age verification at any point?
I'm trying to think of how much will come up
at some point.
Well, the answer is yes. So like, she was like an active user of I think Tinder to find hookups and shit. And Tinder is an 18 or older app.
And Destiny sent me messages he had with Rose and her talking about using Tinder. I haven't used Tinder in like 8 years, so I don't know. Google says it verifies age. There needs to be more tangible evidence. Right now, the worst case scenario is that she might have lied to him. And that's the end of the good news for Destiny. Like, yes, congrats, you're not a pedophile, but the few extra wins he racks up during his manifesto are just so insignificant. You know, yes, Pixie did ask for a comical amount of money.
Her first demand letter to me.
That's true, bro. She fumbled so hard asking for $1 million. That's just such a like stupid ass request.
A total apology, then at least $15 million in compensation. Fuck that.
Yes, people weaponizing your nudes against you is wrong.
Was now in an impossible position. A revenge point of me was still being blasted across the internet, with family members, including my 13-year-old son, being spammed with explicit videos of me, sometimes even by popular social media personalities like Just a Minx. I guess it's because I'm a guy at school. I'm trying to get better, but the image of Destiny sucking that is ruining it. Based. And then this is just...
I mean, that's a pretty funny meme.
Casually, you know, replying to tweets of mine, you know, it's good. Getting some good Twitter engagement here. Not that anybody gives a fuck because she's a girl and I'm a guy, but you know, it's all good.
Sue her. Sue all of them. Hold them accountable. But why would this...
You can't sue her for that, I don't think.
Make me view the Pixie...
You could probably sue the person who first posted the porn, but I don't think you can sue Justin. Like, imagine somebody posts like fucking revenge porn, but you don't know that's revenge porn, then you download it. No, I don't think you'll be in trouble.
Situation any differently. What you're complaining about is what Pixie and everyone else you shared videos of has to go through now
part
too.
Of his community
you
is
chose
so
to share
stupid.
videos of yourself
I would
with an
agree.
They didn't.
I mean, unless he's just gonna be like, whatever, son, you too can be famous now.
For them, he acts like this is a risk
everybody. Not the best dad. No.
Signed up for, which is not true.
For people who are extremely concerned with their privacy or material possibly leaking, I generally just recommend that we don't record anything at all, as there's always some risk that stuff can leak.
What he's not acknowledging.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear Destiny is like a streamer, content creator first, like dad second. But I don't want it. That's just, it's not me being a hater. You know, people raise their kids in all kinds of ways. But yeah. Show cat.
I'm seeing Destiny in his DGG chat saying he's not going to sue the hacker anymore. I'm probably not going to push it any farther since it's just bad publicity for me now. And Pixie is forcing us both to waste tens of thousands of dollars fighting each other now. Lol W. So I'm supposed to care about the sob story with Minx and Kiwi Farms hosting his nudes when he doesn't even want to pursue the culprits anymore.
It's incredibly bizarre how many people are fixated on insisting that I'm not a victim in this when I was the primary target of the entire revenge porn posting. While other people were undeniably harmed by these leaks, they were seen as collateral damage to the publisher of the material and the website providing hosting for it in the goal to attack me, whether it was through reputation, monetary harm, or just some other form of sadistic humiliation.
You were the primary target, but the collateral damage is because of you. Destiny never acknowledges this. He has the money to do it all. He's mad at Pixie though because in her story, he's not the victim. He's the bad guy. Now, Pixie took him to court, and part of when you do that is you don't get an instant public-facing apology. I understand that, but instead of staying quiet, Destiny claims he had implied consent because Pixie sent a video of herself with another guy before.
With that out of the way, conversations guessing as to whether or not any of the leaked material was consensually shared was a hot topic of discussion following
the guy could sue Pixie, right?
The initial leaks. Pixie would send messages to people to tell them that she had never sent videos of other people to me before, and she portrayed herself in her Substack as though I was the first person to ever suggest this to her, and I was the first person she ever recorded material with. I know that she's messaged people with stuff like this.
To me, her lying about the nature of their sexting would only make her a hypocrite. It doesn't make sharing other people's nudes without their consent okay. He doesn't even know if she didn't have consent.
Pixie was comfortable sending me videos of her and other identifiable men, with them even having saved the videos on their own phones. I took videos of some guy, I can send you later if you're interested. Sure, I'll send them to you when I get them. At no point in any of these conversations did Pixie ever mention having explicit consent from any of these other men to share these videos with me. I have no way of contacting them today to find out if she did.
That's irrelevant. That doesn't matter because you don't like it. Whatever.
All this to say,
also not
was
implied
being
consent.
reasonably understood by both sides of this situation.
What do you mean? How? He's assuming that she didn't have permission from this guy when he has no reason to believe that. And in what world does this give him consent to share her news? This makes no sense. This was the manifestos to end all manifestos. And it's literally debunked by his own logic in our interview. One of the leaks on Kiwi Farms was a blowjob recording that happened with a guy he met on Grindr. And the recording allegedly starts before he walks into the guy's apartment. And if you read the DM of Destiny sharing the video to Rose, he says, "This is just the end. Again, audio scuffed because my phone was in my pocket," implying that the video was secretly recorded. Here is Destiny's defense.
Well, why would he have it in his pocket and not record the thing with the video? It must be because he's not letting the person know. He's secretly recording them.
Yeah, sure. So let me preface this by saying the only reason that recording that you're talking about is leaked is because I think all the girls that started messaging afterwards were like, "Oh my god, this might be."
I think Destiny's gonna dodge. I think his argument would just be like, "It's impossible to know who that guy is, so no one was harmed. Fuck you." That's basically what his argument would be.
Blah, 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 blah.
And also, if you turn this into there's no reason to turn this into a rule because it's just a noise. So unless he the person says their name or identifies themselves in the video, then it's not immoral. That's gonna be my guess, and he's gonna dance around that. But that would be Destiny is secretly optics pilled. He's been optics pilled this whole time.
People started leaking shit to Kiwi Farms of hookups that
nobody optics pilled about being a sex pest.
Is alleging anything wrong has happened. So it's very fucking annoying. And that what you're talking about, literally audio, that entire thing is now just public for no reason. So that is revenge porn of me posted that everybody's just spreading because it's fucking epic and hilarious, okay?
That makes sense to me. If the guy involved isn't claiming wrongdoing at this point, who cares? It's irrelevant.
That being said, generally with guys on Grindr, there are guys that I've spoken with and some people are like, "Hey, are you happy or are you comfortable recording stuff? Do you want to do video?" Most guys aren't comfortable with video. A couple have been, obviously, hence my fucking leaks. Some guys are like, "Okay, cool, audio is fine. I don't care as long as you can't identify it." That's why I don't even know how many of my things have been leaked at this point, but it's pretty obvious the guy can see my phone or he said "Oh, whatever." I think for that particular one, now I think this recording was 5 years or 4 years ago, so I don't fucking remember. But for this particular guy, he had said, "Listen, if you want to record audio, that's fine, but don't pull your phone out. I don't want to see it. I'm really paranoid about my face getting recorded." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll just probably."
That actually, okay, all right. I don't want to be, look, I've done stuff. I haven't recorded anything of me doing it, but that 100% could be. I could 100%. That's just somebody who is not doing gay stuff. If they hear that, they're like, "That's fucking stupid." No, that makes actually total sense. That makes perfect sense. I'm not gonna lie to you here.
Before I come to the apartment, he's like, "That's fine."
I could 100% see that situation playing out, no question at all. Because you have to understand, with people, especially on Grindr, 90% of people there are taking baby steps to doing more stuff. Right, so they're they're talking, they're not posting anything. They're just on the app, and they delete the app. They go back to the app and they talk with people, then they delete it. Then they go back and they start sending pictures, and then they meet the first person, and then they are down to maybe no videos though. And then one person who's super hot asks to record something. And you're only audio, right? And it just slowly builds up. 100% I can see this happening.
Just don't pull your phone out.
Only people who have not engaged in Grindr would not think this is reason, or would think this would never happen.
He's just paranoid about me recording his face. It's okay, that was the
playing basketball when I was
for that dude.
But top court when I was 12.
It's really gay to talk about this because one, it's actually gay, but then two, also nobody's alleging any wrongdoing for any of these hookups. So it's really weird that because other people are literally leaking and spreading revenge porn to me, and then they're having me describe this fucking hot work, so I know it's consensual. Nobody's even making an allegation of this. I don't know if this is gonna turn into every single I don't know if people are gonna start leaking every single video I've ever recorded, and they're like, "I need you to explain to me what was the nature of it?" It's nobody's gonna make an allegation about this. Why the fuck are they talking about all my hookups? It's cringy and gross and weird. But that's my that's for that. Yeah.
If he's not complaining about it, then how do we know?
Nobody else. Yeah. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Started. Yes.
But that same logic entirely debunks Destiny's implied consent defense for Pixie, because that guy's not out here complaining. In fact, Pixie claims she had consent from him, actual consent to send those videos. So
I guess if Destiny's arguing that she would regularly send videos of herself or other people to other videos that she took with other people to other people without their consent, it would just make her a hypocrite, I guess. Yeah, I don't really see where the implied consent's coming from.
This is false. This guy was my ex.
Again, it doesn't matter. She'll get 150K and then that'll be it.
Consented to sharing. I was not recording random one-night stands. I'll be real, the DMs she links don't really prove anything, but then a guy named Tom asks, the question is whether or not you had consent to share the videos. She clarifies, I had consent. I believe the courts will exonerate me. So Destiny's entire defense of calling Pixie a hypocrite is debunked by his own logic. It comes off as incredibly desperate. She says, Destiny, you are now using intimate details of my life against me. I need you to stop. You've already shared some of my most intimate moments for the world to see. Why are you forcing me to share more? Another defense Destiny alludes to in his response is that he was part of the scandalous videos, therefore that makes it okay to share. In a way, Pixie is kind of like the perfect victim.
It seems like she shared nudes with you. You shared them with a third party. That party got hacked. It all leaks.
Wait, I want to clarify a couple things. Hold on, just real quick. I never sent nudes that somebody sent me to somebody else. I've never done that before. It's really weird. I've only ever sent videos that I'm in. Now, sometimes those videos are with other people, but like in terms of me sending anything to another person, it's like it's because I'm in it, not because somebody else is in it. Just to be super clear on that. To some people, that doesn't matter. For other people, that's like a really big point, because when that post was written for Pixie, it was written like he wanted to show my body off and blah blah blah. That's not true at all. She's not even naked in that video.
That doesn't make any difference to me. He violated the person's trust in sharing the intimate video in the first place. Him being part of it or not changes nothing. It seems like the only reason he would bring this up is if he felt like there was some sort of legal distinction.
I talk about anything that's related, like specifically to any of the life.
I wonder if there is. If she's not, I thought wasn't like naked pictures of and videos of her leaked though, or am I tripping?
Causes of action.
And then you say if it can be allowed in the video or not, because if not, I'm not trying to fuck anybody, okay?
Oh.
You very much clarified you're part of these videos too. Guess what I'm wondering is, does that make a legal distinction? Is that why you clarified that?
There's two parts that are really important that I'm comfortable talking about. So for one part of legal distinction here, and this is annoying because it applies legally and it applies morally, I think, and I guess it applies to the PR angle too. Like, I have never, ever in my life, like, tried to, like shit on somebody by, like, sharing, like, a revenge porn thing of them.
You're talking about, like, the maliciousness of it, right?
Yeah, because some people are saying, like, oh, I was trying to, like, humiliate, you know, like, I'm trying to humiliate. Like, no, I've never in my life have I done that. I would never do it. Well, I mean, there was 14 years ago.
He already has general intent. I fucking went over this, like, way back when this happened. Where he has like general intent is like you should have or like you knew to a reasonable certainty that like doing this could cause problems basically, and he like very clearly does.
Oh, the one
Pixie had literally said how like insecure and all this other bullshit. So she like made it abundantly clear that if bad stuff happens, she's gonna react extremely negatively, which like you will be taken into account legally.
Blue T girl, that was shitty behavior of me for sure.
Blue T was somebody that Destiny sexted and then shared their nudes with his buddies, at least according to Ryan Beard's video, an old forum post I could find online.
I just thought it would be funny to share this woman's private nudes with his friends and joke about how hideous her face is compared to her beautiful body. And he also insulted her because he thought she looked like Shrek. So he shared a woman's private nudes without consent for the purpose of degrading her. In response, Blue T hacked Destiny's Twitter and tweeted out pictures of his dick.
She didn't deserve any of that. That was me being a retard or whatever. Like, I agree with that. But like, I've never in my life, like, I've never like sending videos or pictures and like, oh yeah, this is going to humiliate this person, huh? Like, that's just insane. Okay, that claim is insane. Nothing that's leaked from my logs implies that. I've never had a conversation leaked that implies that I would ever do that to somebody. Like, that's just wild.
Crazy.
Just to be clear, these, because I have not seen the videos, just to be clear, there is videos of Pixies that were leaked. She was not aware that you shared these with Rose.
I can't speak to that. I will clarify one thing.
Fair enough.
It's video. It's one singular video.
The Blue T drama happened in 2012, and if he was caught sharing nudes then, and he was caught sharing nudes now, that means he was probably sharing nudes in all the years in between. In fact, right after the Pixie drama blew up in January, DMs from a girl named Hannah leaked showing Destiny seemingly still trying to share nudes, saying, oof, I guess now that some stuff is leaked, LMAO, if you want videos of me eating, I got them. She laughs and then says, haha, no, don't show me that. Those are super private. I can't imagine how it feels having something so private be public, even if you were poly. Now this is crazy because behind the scenes, Pixie is saying he ruined her life and is posting her suicide note to him less than—
Yeah, okay, that's Pixie being fucking ridiculous. I don't know. That's just wild. That she's like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Behavior.
Like, what
now,
the fuck?
Destiny would claim that this was all just edgy jokes that took place when they were flirting. He deleted his DMs, so it's hard to understand the full context.
This is like half on the record, off the record. I don't give a fuck. Figure out what you want to put on. Okay,
well, hold on.
A lot of dark humor. Okay, I've made jokes about a lot of things that people come back and try to make me sound like a sociopath. Like me and my kid's mom used to be physically abusive towards each other. And some people will link clips of me talking about it 10 years ago. He said he used to choke out his ex.
Even if he went down to hold her to stop throwing shit instead of hitting her, I'm almost 100% sure everyone would be saying the same shit. He had to leave her. He was going, of course! Dude, I wish I would have filmed my shit with Rachel. I wouldn't have any fans in it because you guys would probably think I'm a fucking abuser too. Guaranteed. Because you better believe I had to choke her out a few fucking times. That got crazy. Hell yeah, it did. And I guarantee you that everybody here would probably think I'm a fucking crazy physical abuser too, sure.
And I'm joking when I say this shit. Or people say like, oh, Destiny's happy that his best friend committed
Jesus
suicide
Christ.
when he was 20 because he jokes about it. It's like, I do joke about it.
Optics Destiny's never been alive, except for being sex best. He's Optics Destiny on that one thing.
Me and Hannah had been chatting maybe for on and off for like a year. Had never been sexual ever, not even remotely sexual. I
just feel like this video is kind of like a waste of time. I don't feel like it's adding anything new. If you were like up to date so far, there's been like no new information that has been added. It's like he probably didn't have implied consent to share nudes, and like there you go. Doesn't seem like it. And then he's like, there's only one video. I mean, if he's so confident, maybe the one video she is in like you can hear her voice but not see her. I don't fucking know.
And then as of like, you have the dates on the messages,
which would probably be legally distinct, would be my guess. I don't know.
2 months ago or 3 months ago.
It was, yeah.
I think she makes a joke with about Merck. Oh, and she deleted all those messages. Very clever. But she makes a joke about Merck and she's like, oh my God, I just saw you with that crazy girl Merck arguing with her. And then she's like, just so you know, I would never ever out any of your advances, LOL. And so when I see a message like that, I'm like, oh, that's a green light to flirt, I guess. And then I think our next conversation starts getting more flirty. And then she makes a reference to something about like videos or like, or something sexual or whatever. And I think I make the joke and I'm like, hey, listen, why are you looking for videos of me? They're still up on Kiwi Farms, LOL, which is true. But like, that was the extent of my message.
I can't prove anybody right or wrong here because they both deleted messages. And to be fair to him, he didn't send anything. But if she said yes to the offer, would he have? That's up to you to decide.
Would never, I don't want to, I'm not going to drag any of these people, okay? But I will say, like, I don't want to do any, I'm not going to do any of this, okay? But like, there are so many girls that send me messages. I'm not even sure who, but like, there's so many girls that send me messages like this when everything was leaking. Okay.
His Discord.
Hold on, you just sent me something.
Oh god, that's his Discord. I'm like, what the fuck?
Would find the leaked videos if I'm sure if I looked, for science. Damn, so you're still getting fucking hit up, even after you've been labeled an abusive piece of shit. They're still trying to get.
Bitch is still trying to get the Destiny
I'm just saying,
dick.
Just to give more context, like the environment is like everybody back here, not everybody, but like there's a lot of corny people. They say shit like this, whatever. It's whatever to me. Mm-hmm. But like if a message of mine got leaked like that, or I guess like that Hannah girl tried to, and it even showed up in Pixie's complaint, he's still offering women. It's like, no, bro, people are hitting me up and they're like flirting with me or whatever. And I'm like, hey, listen, my shit's on Kiwi Farms, LOL. Like that's not like a sincere offer to send anything. And like my shit is still publicly hosted. So what the fuck do you want me to say? Like, yeah, but it's retarded. Like people take it way too seriously. Like, well, just as a quick example for that Hannah girl, right? This is a person I talked to for a year, no problems whatsoever. After she sends me that message, I find out like 2 days later, she's also in Jessica's server. And then she starts spamming my DMs with her into that server, like after deleting some of hers. And I'm like, what the fuck? Am I getting like set up by these like random women that I've never had a problem with in my entire life?
Now, I don't know why any woman would trust Destiny enough to try and hook up with him still after all this, but that is happening. Now, Destiny deleting DMs is interesting because Pixie's legal team has cited him doing this as a way to try and cover up evidence. On January 21st, 2025, aware of the impending lawsuit and potential criminal investigation, Bono starts destroying evidence, including deleting messages between him and the plaintiff. Is this something you have done to try and hide or cover up?
I mean, whatever, bad both ways, so I guess it doesn't matter. Two wrongs don't make it right, etc.
What can I say publicly about this? This is what I'll say, okay? I have a right to delete any message that I want ever, okay? Number one. Number two, if somebody wants to talk about records for a court case, so for instance, typically when you file a civil suit against somebody, you'll send them like a request for a preservation of evidence. That doesn't mean I can't delete my messages on Discord. It just means that I need to make a backup or an archive of anything that I have deleted on Discord that's not available to other people to make sure I have my own records there so that I can send that if a request is made in Discovery. I have complied 100% with any preservation of evidence request that's been made to me, 100%. So
did Sunday's video provoke you into deleting more messages?
It was either that or before. Yeah, when people started to like taste like shit from me around, I started.
Again, I just don't. It's just not interesting. It's just legal stuff. Like here's the reason Destiny probably deleted it. Is he just like one didn't want to get fucked via PR, and then like that was it. He just didn't want to get fucked via PR because you can just like get an archive of all the messages you've ever sent to someone. You can get it from someone who's like you've deleted off your friends list. Like I could go do that for some people that I used to have on my friends list and get all their fucking messages and save them if I really wanted to. So he probably just did that, saved it, and then deleted the ones that affect his PR. And that's it. And he's just waiting to win the legal battle. Because if he wins the legal battle, that's like irrespective of all the other shit, that was going to like exonerate him for most people.
No, actually, it was I think in December.
And every time someone's going to call him like sex pest, and he'll be like, I won the lawsuit, get fucked, nerd.
I think I started running a redact across my whole fucking account. It took like a month or whatever to finish. But I like basically every message I sent before January 1st, I wiped from every fucking message. Because I was like, I don't know. Because my main concern, it wasn't actually even related to like Pixie or anything else. But my main concern was one thing that I didn't think about, that I have to think about. When people interpreted this, I guess if you want, this could be on the record. I don't care. No, like this could be
everything you've said so far regarding this. I'm assuming is on the record, right?
Okay. When I sent that message to Pixie, I was like, I feel horrible. Like I'm so sorry. Like I'm psychologically damaged. You're like, this is horrible. Whatever. I do feel horrible. It has nothing to do with whether or not I consented to send the video. I just feel horrible that something that I was involved in ended up leaking publicly.
So he's saying he preserved the deleted DMs for the court case only, but he's also recontextualizing DMs of him admitting fault. If you remember, Destiny replied to Nick, I didn't admit to anything. Nick would reply with DMs of Destiny saying, yeah, I know, I have damaged her severely, seemingly acknowledging that he's the one responsible.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
He's now saying that this is...
That's weird.
Not the case.
Like, even if she would have said, like, even if that wouldn't have been sent to anybody, if somebody would have, like, hacked my Google Drive, I would have said the exact same thing.
But he already, again, I don't, this is literally nothing, this is nothing fucking new. Let's get this, this is kind of a nothing burger. I came in here expecting a full burger, and I got a fucking nothing burger,
bro. This is really bad. I'm so sorry. Like, there's nothing to do with whether I consent consensually. It just has to do with the fact that because of, like, whatever, my actions or whatever.
Okay, bro, sorry. I forgot. Destiny speaks at fucking 2 times speed already.
Like, at some point, like, shit got leaked. That being said, well, I was gonna say, that being said, one thing that I just, and maybe it's just me being stupid, but one thing I never considered before was, regardless of if I'm vetting people appropriately or not for setting material, I never considered what if somebody else gets on somebody else's account. So after stuff started leaking like in November or like I think early December, I started to run a redact on everything because now I'm thinking, well, fuck, what if like a boyfriend, a sister, a father, what if somebody dies and like a friend gets a hold of their account and they log in and they see a bunch of exclusive material? I'm just gonna fucking wipe all my comments and everything because I don't want to risk like other people's shit leaking or my shit leaking as a result of that.
Did you delete anything in an attempt to hide stuff for the court case?
No, I have digital copies of everything. Like Redacts literally has an auto archive thing, and Discord allows you to archive all of your conversations before doing anything. So I complied with every court request that I've gotten, yeah, before.
Yeah.
I feel like I've asked this before, but if you can't be on the record, fair enough, too. Sure. But I just want to reiterate since we brought it up again. Did Pixie ever know you were sharing stuff with Rose? That involved her. It's both of you, I understand, but that involved her.
Yeah. For claims that are like, these are like the hyper-specific claims that this court is going to deal with, I can't, on advisory counsel, I can't talk about those things in particular.
Okay, fair enough then.
I will say that when we recorded stuff, I was
who cares
either married to or I was
engaged
with Melina at the time. And so, I mean, at the very least, like that's one person that I would share stuff with that she would know, obviously, right? But
what is he on about? He's already said it. He's taking responsibility without taking responsibility. It's hilarious. If you're still defending Destiny over this Pixie stuff, why?
Like, this is really bad. I'm so sorry. Like, it has nothing to do with whether or not I consent consensually. It just has to do with the fact that because of like whatever my actions or whatever, like at some point, like shit got leaked.
I find it absurd that he's apologizing not for sharing the videos non-consensually, but for the hacker leaking them. Bro, the girls didn't want him sharing
I mean, he didn't even say he didn't share it. Well, he did. It feels like he's recontextualizing, but let's assume it's not recontextualizing. That's actually what he meant, and he didn't send it non-consensually. Then he's not actually admitting to sending it non-consensually. He's just saying, I can't talk about it right now because that's the crux of the case. So this is just like literally we're just in square one. You either just think he did it non-consensually, which still looks like he did send it non-consensually, or I think he sent it non-consensually, or you don't think he sent it non-consensually, and like that's it.
But in the interview,
we've like learned nothing in these 26 minutes, other than he's not a pedophile, which was like no shit.
Argument, which we've already determined is ridiculous. Now I don't know what the result of their court case will be. If what he did was illegal, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know, but I do know that what he did was wrong, and that should be obvious to everyone.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Well, I'm just curious what he's gonna say once the court case ends. Because once the court case ends, he can just say whatever the fuck he wants, basically, unless he's forced to sign an NDA during this like negotiation with Pixie. Which, like, maybe I bet he'd force her to sign an NDA. But what do I know? I don't know.
Come out on Destiny was the content nuke by Ryan Beard. And I want to touch on the pattern of abuse he builds up in it. At some point, if you date enough girls that are crazy, at some point do you feel like you are the only consistent factor there?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, there's a lot of things about my life that's like super atypical.
I guess my I don't know if he has a pattern of abuse, but yes, he definitely. Everybody knows Destiny is retarded with women. It's like not even a question.
And would induce that type of behavior as well.
Every single woman he dates, he should not date, and it's a bad idea that he does.
Before we
comment on it? I watched it because I thought about like, I want to do like a long-term response and go through like every single claim. The problem is that like one, you're working with a full like 15 years of me having one of the most public lives on the internet. So basically anything I've been involved in is going to be out there for better or for worse, sometimes in the worst light possible. That being said, like, I mean, there are things that I've done that are just like legitimately bad. Like I shouldn't have done that. Like the Mia Rose stuff, that was bad. Like I admit that.
The Mia Rose drama was in 2011. Destiny got drunk on stream and sexually assaulted Mia.
If I was a real friend, I would make you. Okay, go, go. Oh my god.
Listen, I'm gonna apologize.
Yeah, say sorry. Like there was a time when I got like, it was probably one of the, people say I'm like making justifications, but I'm not, like it's bad. But I got like super wasted for like the first time in my life on a stream, I think when I was like 22. And I was like grabbing Mia Rose's boobs when we were streaming or whatever. We were doing a vacation thing in like Utah. It was bad, but I mean like I've talked to her since, like I apologize. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. It's always like strange to me when people like write on like videos and say like he needs to take accountability, and it's like this happened 13 years ago. Like I've apologized. I don't know what else you're going to say. It's not like I don't think it's good behavior. Like talk people bad. Like, I don't know what else to do about that.
I mean,
that's recently as 2022 has corroborated this. Saying at the end of the day he assaulted me, he apologized, and we left it alone. And the point of Ryan doing this was to show that Destiny has always treated women poorly. His best example that he brought up was Anna of War. Anna was somebody who hooked up with Destiny, and then they get into a fight. She'd cry on stream.
Steven, you lied. You lied, and like you misrepresented so many things, Steven. And you know you did this. I mean, you've apologized to me in private, but you won't do it publicly. And
stop trying to act like it's so much of a.
It is, Steven. Don't pull this.
Destiny would label her as a stalker, like he can't get away from her.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If anybody else here has advice, hold on,
Steven.
I mean, obviously.
Are you saying?
Holy shit, Brogan's been around for this long? That's crazy.
Held hostage.
I'm being lost by an undefeatable opponent, right? You understand? She has nothing to lose. She can carry this out for the rest of her life, and there's nothing I can do about it.
But then in the meantime, he'd be sexting her.
He did stalk me.
Did she lock? Okay, then why are you sexting with her still?
We're cool. We've been cool for a year, Max.
Okay, so you acknowledge that you've been sexting with her for a year.
Yeah, we've had on and off, sure. Max, can you acknowledge that I haven't said anything bad about her for a year? I've said we've been fine. I've said that over.
The last time I talked to you about her, like 2 weeks ago or 16 days ago or something, you said that she locked you in the basement of her mind and it was a traumatic experience for you.
She locked in the basement of her mind? What the fuck?
You in the basement of her mind.
That's actually insane.
In the past, Max.
Oh, okay.
Why? Tell me, Max. Why hasn't Anna come forward with any of this information now? Can you tell me, or do you want me to tell everybody why?
I don't want to speak on her behalf.
Okay, I will. It's because she said she literally wants to remain friends with me.
And after seeing this, it makes me feel terrible for Anna, who was crying about this very thing for years.
I've told you multiple times, if you don't want to be friends with me, then stop. But like, you don't do that. I've told you multiple times. Stop this narrative, Steven.
I'm okay. I don't want to be fucked up, but a woman crying is like not evidence of anything. I don't give a shit about this.
Of like, oh, stalker and stuff. You're the one fucking calling me princess.
Oh my goodness! Thank you for the raid, Cherry. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. Hello.
Number 2, I'm pretty sure.
Hello, Cherry. Welcome, welcome.
This panel is insane. Everyone's here to just suck up clout from this poor girl's mental breakdown. Now, Destiny claims.
I mean, it's fucked up, but it's Twitch. Yeah, it's fucked up. You shouldn't do that. But I don't know. What am I supposed to gain? This doesn't give me context. She could still be like a weird stalker, and then they fix their relationship down the line. I don't understand. What am I supposed to glean from this?
The reality of this situation was different.
It's one of those things where, like, when you dive into the details, it becomes a lot kind of more murky and dumb. So, like, I think that the Anne of War story is interesting to look at. Like, people will make claims like, oh, like he was sexting her and then he was calling her crazy at the same time. People will compress time spans of like months into single days, where it'll be like, yeah, we might have had like a sexual conversation like in November. And then in like December, she is like tweeting or streaming about me again on something that I consider like unhinged. I'm like, Jesus, this person's like unhinged. I don't know what to do. And we went back and forth like that, probably for, I don't know, man, maybe a year or something. Well, I don't know. Here, this is my take on this. Okay, so if you want to ask me after, maybe I guess. But like, this is my thing. Anne of War was like 30-something years old, 30 years old maybe, and I think I was 32 or 33. Like, we're both adults. Like, when people start applying terms like gaslight and crazy making and abuser, like, I think she had really unhinged behavior. She admits that she has OCD. She got medicated for it. It was better. Maybe there was like better ways that I could have handled the situation for sure. Like I think, especially in retrospect, and even prospectively, maybe there are better things I could have done. But it's like it's two adults. The worst thing that ever happened here was, I don't even know what the worst thing is. I guess like she became like obsessively streaming about me, and then I said she was crazy online. Like that's it. I don't know how people have found a way to make this like one of the most abusive situations in the universe. It's like retarded to me.
You're calling her a stalker at the same time you're sexting her. I don't know if I want to say abusive, but you can see the emotional confusion.
Yeah, so he's just like I said, Destiny's retarded with women. Anyone who takes relationship advice from Destiny, or sorry, anyone who uses Destiny's relationships, what are you doing, kitty, as a model, is retarded. God damn it! What did my fucking cat do? Where's he at? Alright, he's like sleeping in the bathroom and he knocked over a brush. Everything's fine.
And I understand what I'm going to say, but like this is, and I'm so sorry, like I've been so gentle with all these online communities, but all of us are adults. We're 30 plus years old, okay? Turn off the computer. Like I think this is so unbelievably overblown. Like, if you don't want to talk to me or if you don't do anything to me, then just stop broadcasting about me, stop talking about me constantly. Like, that's it.
So I interviewed Anna, and she claims that he was sexting her and sending...
I agree. I don't know. Like, is this abusive? It's just, like, weird.
Her mixed messages recently after she crashes out on stream.
Yeah, our fighting has honestly been, like, so on and off. Like, it's been so...
Why do you guys keep fucking sexting in between
Yeah,
fighting?
and, like, I don't know why. It's just, like, a shitty relationship. I don't even think you can say this is, like, abusive on Destiny's part. I guess maybe we'll get to the crazy making or whatever, but it just sounds like two fucking people who can't date properly. Like, what the fuck?
Each other. What is with that whole thing?
You know, it's really weird. I know it was very toxic.
So was there anything abusive going on there?
So I used to say that I considered his behavior against me to be abusive. Now I'm not really so sure I would call it abusive. I felt like it was. I definitely felt like it was. At the time, it felt very abusive to me. I would say that he definitely mistreated me, but I don't know if I would go as far as to call it abuse anymore.
Was there times where you guys were sexting and it was cool as he's talking just mad shit on
Yeah,
the
I
stream?
do. I'm pretty sure there were. I mean,
But she just said she's pretty sure. Okay.
definitely, I am pretty freaking
Bro,
sure.
what is this? This is like the most fucking nothing. There's like not even anything to be mad about. He's just like restating shit.
That he still called me crazy and stuff when we were sexting. I'm pretty sure he would still be on stream because like we argued about. Because wait a minute, hold on, we argued about it. It's all like coming back to me now. I'm sorry.
No, I mean you're going back like what 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we would have because like we had fights about this, like, and him being like, oh well, you know, oh yeah, this one. Okay, wait, I'll send you one. Like him saying like he can't publicly defend me because he thinks it'll bring more drama or whatever. And
she sent me DMs of Destiny saying, it's just me being defensive, referring to when he calls her a psycho stalker. Here's Destiny saying, yeah, well, I can't publicly defend you because then it's obvious we're talking again. If I get defensive, that's the assumption people will make. So I have to act like I don't know why you're in chat. So he was just totally fine with people that he's crazy as he's romantically involved with her. That would drive anyone
All right,
insane.
that's true. That's what a fucking liar.
It's obvious we're talking again, so he didn't want people to know that you guys were talking. This is all the way in 2021. Did this go on for like 2 years?
Kind of.
This went on and off for 2 years?
Yeah, kind of.
Holy shit.
It's very much like a toxic relationship kind of thing.
It definitely was. It definitely said you guys weren't, did you guys live in the same state or was it all over online?
It was all online pretty much. I mean,
Still not abusive though. It's just a shitty relationship.
To visit me,
you guys are full on Zoomers, dude. You guys were Discord sexting before it was even a thing.
I know, basically.
But you went to leak their sex chat to prove that this was happening. Destiny would then write in his DGG chat to leak her news. Tell Anna if she leaks my sexting, I might have some pics to share.
But I genuinely was kind of scared of him, and when he blocked me, I was really scared that he was gonna like leak my things.
What was the reason behind that?
It was because I was threatening to leak his sex because I was saying
what is going on over there, man? What are you guys all doing? What are you guys all doing over there? I was gonna owe you some shit.
Yeah, I know. So the reason why I was saying, like, you know, I'm gonna have to like leak our sexting if you don't stop saying that I'm stalking you, because we literally have been like sexting and like you're saying I'm a stalker and people are like harassing the shit out of me and like doxing me and like, you know, so that's basically what the context was. And that I was saying, like, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna leak much, but I feel like I might have to leak some of our sexting or something.
Okay,
to
so
show people
here's
that,
the one thing I've learned is Destiny lied about when he was fucking Anna. Or sexting Anna. Okay.
I'm not stalking you.
We got it. We got one check. Good job, squad. We did it.
Yeah.
The stuff
We got one check mark.
Break it off. That sounds great on paper, and to some degree acknowledges that. But you're also leading around while defaming her to thousands of people.
Whole situation like that, I'm some manipulative evil abuse. Maybe you could say I should have treated her like an actual child and said no, don't do this anymore.
And I'm just saying that's the only new piece of information as far as the like consent thing. It still seems like Pixie did not consent. But yeah,
or blah blah blah. But it's like, I mean, fuck,
that was already like obvious. So
these are
whatever.
adults, and the worst thing that's happening is like people cheating on each other online. Like this is retarded, I think. The only reason why people are trying to do this like Anna situation where it is because they have this idea in mind of like I'm like trying to lead her on privately in these crazy ways, and I'm like publicly lambasting her at the same time, and I'm playing this. I think Lav and Mr. Girlpoint is concept of like I get off on this sadistic abuse of women or whatever. But like that's not it. It's like, yeah, but it's like if you like, there's like tons of relationships, friendships, like friends with benefits, whatever situations where like people kind of like yo back and forth at the end, like they show each other, whatever. It's like happens. It's not, who cares? Like, no, it's not a big deal. It's not like fucking retarded. Like this is stupid. Like I don't know, it's just dumb. And then people say like a thing of like you're sexting and calling her like an abuser at the same time. Like not really. There's like weeks plus between these events because for like a whole like 6-month period there was a time where like me and Anna were like friendly, and then she would go public, and then she would go on her stream. She's like, I think that Steve is lying about me, and then we talk a little bit, and then we friendly again, and after like 3 weeks, she's like, I think Steve is lying about me, and it's just like but it's her getting triggered by things in chat like over and over again. And people knew they could trigger her, so they keep doing it. And like
he's going so fast. He's getting triggered over Anna's behavior for lying.
And at the same time you're sexting her.
I don't know if that ever happened at the same time. What do you mean by same time? These are like weeks. These incidents are happening like weeks apart.
I don't know. I'm getting caught up a bit in this interview. Whether it's days or weeks doesn't matter. He's sexting her, telling her to deal with the slander, and when she goes to post proof, he's threatening her with her nudes. Some of the time periods between them sexting and fighting was only 2 days.
Yeah, but didn't she? Wait, wasn't it in response to her threatening her sending nudes? Like it's all bad. This is all just fucked. All of this is fucked. This is all fucked. She literally just said she was threatening to send nudes, and then in that context, she says if she leaks nudes, I have pictures of her. Which she shouldn't do, but still, it's like I don't know.
Toxic, and that Destiny was right in the sense that she couldn't just move on. I love when people can self-reflect and take blame. Destiny doesn't do that with Anna. It seems like Destiny has a lot of scorned lovers that he then labels as crazy. But when talking to people outside of Anna, it just comes off as a bit silly to me. I talked to Lav who straight up admits to spreading around revenge porn of Destiny on Discord.
I think it's funny that like the most disgusting guy online who like has tried to make my life a living hell for 2 years has like a disconness and it's leaked everywhere, right? So I was even like, don't get caught leaking it. Like, but obviously it's advantageous if it gets leaked. Like, obviously I want bad things to happen to this guy. And then I made a screenshot of the.
I think my other problem though is I also have some of the like fucking psycho behaviors. Not like this bad, but I've like had arguments where I'm like my girlfriend gets mad and I'm just like, I need you to understand that you being emotionally upset does not compel me to take any action whatsoever. Like you need to explain to me what I did wrong, because if you're just angry at me for no reason, I'm not doing anything about that, and you can just stew in that and like go fuck yourself. so I feel like I'm also not as dysfunctional as this, but on like a certain similar realm of dysfunction.
Sorry, I made the screenshot that Nico
sent. Because I've had so many women, when I say that to them, they're like, you are a psychopath. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, bro? Like, if you're angry at me for no fucking reason, I'm not going to do anything about that. You can just be angry and, like, fucking sleep on it. I don't care.
A grab of just the top of his foreskin so that you couldn't tell if it was, like, you couldn't tell what the picture was. My profile picture in a private Discord server. Now, there's, like, debate about, like, how private the Discord server is, right? It had maybe 20 active users, and none of them were, like, DGGers. It wasn't, like, a DGGer offshoot server. It was, like, and I never said that it was like, I mean, my friends knew that it was Destiny because I told them that it was, but it wasn't like widely known that I was like leaking this, right? Because Sam had told me that Baby Peach had sent it to several people and that the sex tape was already leaked. So I just think I did not think that like this was something that like he didn't want going around.
No, he probably loves that you shared that. Just call it implied consent. He wrote to me how Destiny would make her send her feet pics to get airtime on his stream, how he made her out to be crazy and called her mid-jupe. I've heard from multiple sources this Lav story. The only one on the record was Destiny though. But he tells pretty much the same story, and it's hard for me to tell if this is a story of abuse or just two scorned ex-lovers. Kelly Jean is somebody that I talked to, and she was very upset because you, in statements I asked about in my first video, you kind of like brought her in with Lav as somebody who was part of a Discord that shared your nudes. And now Kelly claims she wasn't ever part of this Discord, but Lav has very much admitted that she did engage with revenge porn of you. It is undeniable because she has bragged about it many times on camera. Even when I messaged Lav on my own, she was very upfront about it. Kelly says she wasn't. And Kelly
said she wasn't, but she knew about it for sure. She knew about all of it. And she remained friends with Lav and continued to show throughout all of it, but
Right,
so I asked Kelly about this.
She wasn't in the Discord, so I don't.
Yeah, you're saying you weren't a part of any of that.
No, not even slightly. And the first time Destiny has alleged this was about 2 weeks ago, around the same time that he messaged you by the looks of it.
He followed up with him clarifying what he said about you, and he sort of changed his statement to be more of a guilt by association thing, claiming that you hung out with Lav a lot, who absolutely maliciously did do this.
So that's not true. The only place that I ever interacted with her is in Gisticle's Discord.
So you're not really friends with Lav, he's grouping you in unfairly?
No, I'm not. What I did say publicly quite a few times, and even recently probably, is I think Lav is great content, right? So I'll say, like, I miss Lav, or I want Lav to be around because she's funny, and she's not boring. But that has no indication on our closeness or friendship, right? Even if I was, like, what difference does that make? A lot of people are friends with Lav on Discord, including, like, a bunch of other orbiters, and, like, who cares? It's like...
Well, I think the point he's trying to make is just some hypocrisy note, because there is a video that I see that is uploaded by a channel called Ryle Kitten House, where it's Lav bragging about sharing Destiny's penis around. Kelly never truly responded to me pointing out the hypocrisy of it. She just says Lav was banned and unbanned, and it became content.
I know that she got banned from Gisticle's Discord, and then there was, like, a rule in place. She came back, but it was under, like, the preface of you're not allowed to talk about this banned topic. And then, yeah, I think this is also on Ryle's YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it, but she was in, like, a bunch of calls, like, towards, like, the early part of last year, where it did get brought up. And then they had this debate back and forth about whether his dick is ugly or not.
I have not watched that.
Who does fucking care? When does the crazy making happening? All I'm hearing is that all these women he's fucked are insane.
That's weirdo territory. Like, what's my take supposed to be? Lav's a hypocrite? Is Kelly supposed to be more mad at Lav? Am I supposed to say, Destiny, how dare you call Lav mid-Jew pussy? Did you call Lav mid-Jew pussy?
Yeah, I did. Fuck yeah, I did. Fuck that. I actually killed herself.
Is there a thing where Lava wouldn't sleep with
That's
you, so
just
you
funny
decided
as
to
hell.
start like a crusade against her, where you talk shit about her and are negative towards her?
No.
Is that a yes?
I said no.
Okay, but then he tells their story of them hooking up and they're falling out, which I end up hearing from like 3 other people. I just don't think any of this is that important.
And we just like chatted a bit on Instagram, and then eventually we chatted a bit on text. I don't think it was ever really sexual. We just like chat with. I think at some point we had plans to like hang out in real life, with the implication being.
Bro, even you know this shit is like fucking irrelevant. Oh my god.
I'm like, okay, fine. And then
Fucking, is this worse than iDubbbz's content cop? Maybe, because this one's boring. There's just nothing to read. There's like nothing to even think about. You're like, wow, cool. So information we like already knew, and also I guess Destiny's kind of a hypocrite and would like be like, I can't be nice to you publicly.
I'm kind of tired of, I don't know. She's like, oh, let's go to a gas station. We get a Red Bull. It's cool. It's whatever. It's like, okay, whatever. Go to
Which
gas
I
station,
mean
Red
is
Bull, just
bad, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't care. So, like, I'll keep watching them.
I'm like, just because, as you know, like, obviously none of that affects this. Like, I don't care about any of that or whatever, just in case. Like, I wanted to clear the air there. And then she messages me back jokingly. And she's like, oh, I thought I had to fuck you to come on. Ha ha ha. And I was like, okay, it's okay. We're together.
When I told Destiny, if you have one crazy ex, that means you have a crazy ex. But if all your exes are crazy, that means you're the problem. He responded with, yeah, I know it seems like all of my exes, but I bang so many women. In reality, it's actually a tiny percentage. What it feels like you are implying at times is like, look, I've hooked up with a ton of girls, and most of them there is no.
Bro, I sling dick so much it evens out.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, is there like a dude? This is so that I'm even asking this. What is the percentage of girls? I guess is what I'm asking right now that are fucking butthurt as opposed to go on fine. They're like, yeah, I hooked up with Destiny, no big deal. I'm laughing because it's a ridiculous question, but it's genuinely his defense. Because obviously those girls are never going to complain. We aren't ever going to know Destiny hooked up with them.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like 1 to 2%. I don't know, like that's. But every single person that has problems.
So
with
how
me,
many women are angry at him? What is it, like 10 or something? It's like 5, 6. Let's just say 5. So that means that's like 500 chicks.
You don't know that many girls though, is what you're saying. You're all the time.
Listen, okay. The past year and a half, I've slowed down considerably. Okay.
Because of the violence?
Yeah, kind of. People like presented this as like some weird thing that like, oh, I took violence, I told my sex drive. It wasn't that. It's just like, I took it on like way more focused on work.
I guess that makes sense. If the numbers are truly that high, forget if anyone's crazy. I'm passing the ball to other content creators on that. I just want to focus on the allegations. The allegations from Cherry about Destiny secretly recording her had some doubts behind them because nobody had seen the recording. He claims he had consent to record. She said she didn't. We need the courts to figure that part out. So I asked Cherry if I could get a copy of the police report she filed because that would at least prove that something exists. She said no because she didn't want to risk getting doxxed. But now we don't need that because the recording was recently posted to Kiwi Farm. Kelly Jean sent it to me and it opens up with Destiny starting the recording, putting the phone somewhere, and then sitting next to her on the bed. Bro, this does not sound like she would be aware of this, but I guess we don't know for sure. Now, during our interview,
Yeah,
she
it's
cut
just
the Cherry stuff
audio,
off.
bro. He could have been taking it out of his pocket. It could have been in his pocket. Could have been putting it in his pocket.
Recording came out afterwards, and when I asked him about it, he gave me a response, but never a straight answer on whether or not he had consent to record it. Saying no, WTF, we were in my apartment the entire time. She was literally staying over. I asked, is there a reason why you would be recording in your pocket with Cherry? He responds, I never was, LOL. The phone was sitting on the bed or on the nightstand. That doesn't answer anything. Do you have consent or not? We're just gonna have to wait and see if the police report turns into anything, because he won't say, which, you know, fair enough. I did find it interesting, though, that when I asked Anna if she ever received nudes of other girls, she said yes. Have you ever been sent videos of him and other people where they didn't consent to the videos?
So I've been sent videos. I have no way of knowing if they were consensually like recorded or sent.
Can you say who was in them?
Sorry?
Can you say who was in them?
I didn't know the people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I saw faces, but like I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, you have no idea who it is.
Yeah, and so like, when the stuff came out, I was kind of like, oh shit. Uh-oh. That means that, what if they like didn't consent to that being sent? Yeah. So that was a little disturbing, of course, to realize. Yeah, and I mean, I came out like kind of supporting Pixie and like and Cherry, of course.
Cool. So we don't know. Wow, great reporting. Excellent.
Any of those girls? Well, I guess you wouldn't know.
So
if it's Pixie or not, right?
more nothing burgers.
I
Awesome.
don't think
Let's
so.
go.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I got anything about like from any of Pixie's stuff, basically, or Cherry's stuff.
Why do we even make this fucking
like I
video,
said, I
bro?
didn't
You
know
could have
who
shortened
they
the shit to
were.
like 5 minutes.
Wonder, was this actual consent or more of that?
He's not a
consent?
pedophile. The implied consent argument seems weak, but we'll wait until the court case is over at the end.
And Ryan Beard made the point that sending people to her Kiwi farms is effectively just spreading her docs.
And he encouraged them to post in her thread.
Oh, okay. Also, heads up. This is my only non-media blackout time, okay? This is my only non-media blackout time where media blackouts, okay? Somebody on Kiwi Farms has made a thread of Anna. So if you are obsessed with Anna and you want to talk about her all the time, you
chatter. You can actually go to Kiwi Farms and you can go and post all you want, read all you want, go there, post about it, talk about it. People put a lot of effort into categorizing and archiving everything. There you go, okay?
And in the thread about Anna that Destiny encouraged his fans to go message, they doxed Anna. In response to this, Anna texted Destiny, "You literally ruined my fucking life. You just doxed me on your stream. You put me in danger." And Destiny responded to this by saying, "You're doing it to yourself and you're going to keep doing it to yourself."
And recently, Destiny has also called for the dox of some of his biggest detractors. He asked his Queenman's full dox public yet. At another time, he was calling for J-stalks.
It's how many people around this person can we harass or can we dox or swat or whatever, and like that's just the goal for all of it. It's pretty cringe, it's pretty gross. I expect the behavior from Kiwi Farms. It is what it is. Like I said, communities like that will always exist, but it's really gross when people like Gistical, whose information I hope I can find soon, are like trying to amplify or put a magnifying glass on info over there and then have it spread it to the other world. That's just wild to me.
So I asked Destiny about it, and this is what he said. People accusing you of doxing, right? Because you're referring to Kiwi Farms. Ryan did this with Anna. And then J-Stalk is doing this. Queeman is sort of doing this where there's DMs about you saying like, hey, I wish this person, has this person been doxed yet?
Yeah, for Anna, that's bullshit. For just like Queeman, I'd kill him if I shook the house into it. But not for Anna, no.
We'll get back to the death threat in a minute. I just want to address Anna's point of view. And it's you saying like, you doxed me on your stream because your dox was on Kiwi Farms, allegedly. Is that true?
Yes, yeah.
You ruined my life, right? So do you think what he did there was him maliciously doxing you?
I think it was malicious because, again, we were having a fight. It was a fight.
I feel like he just didn't know that there was a dox there, but that's like me giving him the benefit of the doubt. So fucking, I could be wrong.
Yeah, one in 20 doesn't, huh? Between you two.
Yeah. So the source of our well, first, like, yeah, I do think it was malicious because he was pretty angry with me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he basically said, like, go to her Kiwi Farms page, specifically page 4 or whatever, which was where my docs was. And yeah, so I was
Did he give a
very
page number?
upset. I think he did.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure. Either way, I felt like, oh my God, this is basically doxing me. What the hell?
Yeah.
Because he told people to go there and talk about me and stuff like that, make accounts, things like that. And yeah, I felt like
he obviously,
that is gross.
when I
That
asked
is
him about this,
yucky.
framed it in a
Icky,
not malicious
yucky
way.
behavior.
But
Don't do yucky.
yeah.
whether he's naming the page number or not, which is obviously he's framing it as not malicious, but if your dox is on there and everything, well,
yeah, I mean,
it comes off that way. It feels that way. And I would interpret it that way myself.
yeah, especially since we were literally still sexting at that time.
According to alleged text messages
Sick,
only
bro.
2 days before. And it's not just me who interprets it that way. Destiny interprets it that way. J-Stalk and Queeman sending people to his Kiwi Farms is why he wants them dead.
I'd kill him if I shook the house into it.
I shared that clip of the interview at the end of my I'm Alex video. And this is how Destiny justified it when he was asked about it on stream.
If you were like obsessively posting and directing people towards doxes of me, my family members, and all this shit, I have no care in the world for you. I will never have any care in the world for you. And I will gladly and fully admit that. I don't know what you want me to say.
That's the exact same reason Anna was upset with you, but you called her a liar.
Sick. He's like, fuck, kill him, bro.
His justification.
All right,
anyway,
that's
he said,
pretty
like, hey, you ruined
schizo.
my life or whatever. Steven, you ruined my
We
life.
love schizo posts.
She's lying when she said that,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
But what happened was, again, the
That's
pattern with
fucked
Anna
up.
was, if anybody would bring up anything about her that she thought was wrong, she had to go live and correct the record. And the frustrating thing for me, and I'm sure you've seen this happening right now, is what people will do is people will pretend that they're not getting info off of Kiwi Farms, but what they do is they get info right off Kiwi Farms and then they chat about it in Discord or they talk about it on my chat. So I was getting frustrated and I told my chat, I was like, listen, if you guys want to talk about it, go get Kiwi Farms, whatever, get the fuck out of my chat, don't talk about it there.
No, it's not an effort to
don't-
dox her is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, what the fuck? Like, why would I even want to do that? Like, what am I, want to kill her? What, like, that's, I do want somebody to kill Jistical, though, or Lav, or Mr. Girl, or Queenman. Those people can all die. But not Anna, no.
Since you do want these fucking people to die and they fucking suck or whatever, according to you. I mean, I think they're fucking annoying too. When you're saying these things, it is with malicious intent. You just genuinely don't care. Like, fuck them.
Yeah, not for Anna. That wasn't the
Not
case
for
for Anna.
Anna.
Yeah, people were already going to her thread and they were bringing stuff from her thread into my chat. And I was like, listen, if you want to talk about it, like,
That just reminds me of how Destiny almost killed that kid who was DDoSing him.
it's not like her thread was unknown and then I all of a sudden publicized it. It was that people were going to that thread and then talking about it in my chat. Like, listen, go to Kiwi Farms. Don't talk about it in my chat. Because if you say it in my chat, she's going to see it and then she's going to want to correct the record on it. And I don't want to be part of this bullshit. This driving me crazy, yeah.
But with J-Stalk and Queeman.
And the reason why I hate these people is because they're taking part in this thing. Bro, I swear to God, if I quit streaming, I'm going to fucking go on an assassination mission, okay? So people are going to start disappearing one at a time, okay? The thing that it's disgusting to me is that because they don't get a rise out of me and they don't get a reaction out of me, they start targeting every single person around me. Blouse, if you go onto my Kiwi Farms thread and you look at, there's like 15 different stock puppet accounts that are all this guy. He is saying it explicitly. He will say, I am doxing this girl because she's still with Destiny. I'm doxing this person because he's nice to Destiny. They did it with Tom. Did you ever see, I saw a screenshot where they did it with Tom and they're like, oh, why is Tom saying this? Is anybody
Tom?
No, Tom is in,
Tom Foolery?
Tom Foolery. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
Okay,
I don't
Foolery
know.
tweeted one critical question one time about like that rape narrative about me or the crazy narrative. This Stranger Me guy, that's Stranger Me is a Blav. Like, look at that response because he tweeted one thing when he was asking a question, right? And then look at what his response is. That guy, that Stranger Me guy, that's Blav. He's doxed like 20 people in my life. Yes, he doxed Zoe and Jacob. They know it. I got DMs from Zoe where her and Jacob quit the whole internet because they were so terrified of him. He's doxed my girlfriend. Probably like in the past like 20 pages, he'll like redox her like every few weeks when he's bored.
Bro,
he's
this
supposed to
guy's
dox my
saying
family.
Willy
Like,
is a competition for biggest footsie retard. Come on, dog.
Yes, but he's saying that because you won't come out and post a video like unequivocally calling me like a mass. This is what they do. So whatever like you're working on right now is a waste of time because if you post this, you're gonna have Hassan's community, you're gonna have these people. That's fine, but you say that now, but it'll turn into them going after you, and then they'll try to dox you or your girlfriend, or they'll go after your family, or they'll go after friends of yours, or they'll go after other people in the commentary community until they make videos about you. Like this is like the pattern. It is so fucking irritating. That's why people like Jistical and Queeman, if I could, I would put their balls in a vice and crush them, and then slice them off, and then feed it to them, and then slice it and kill them. Okay, them because they're amplifying all this shit and they're knowingly playing a part of it. They know what's going on, but like Kelly Jean, dude, I can send you like 50 like. There's so many albums of them just constantly talking about me, talking about my dick, talking about my girlfriend, talking about my kid, like constantly. It never ends. It's never ending. Constantly talking about me, constantly talking about my girlfriend. And half the time it's just stuff that's so they're like getting off of like Kiwi farms. It's disgusting, like in their servers.
Poor Anna gets no grace for going through the exact problem that Destiny's complaining about. As far as the messages Destiny sent me, yeah, people are talking about him a lot. I'm sure it's annoying, but so what? This is how the internet works. I hate doxing on the internet. It's the worst part of Kiwi farms because doxing is when online hate becomes offline hate. It starts affecting people's real life, allowing unhinged individuals to then swat them. People have died from this, but he is being completely unsympathetic towards Anna, who had the same complaints about him, and now he wants to be the doxer. Breaking. It's Saturday. I'm in the middle of editing.
But Destiny, again, to play fucking devil's advocate, Destiny's argument would be like, I'm pretty sure he would just say like, I am not the one actively doxing them. I'm not actively harassing her. Like, I guess he was. He wasn't even harassing her. He was saying like she's crazy or whatever. But he's not like actively posting about her all the time, trying to destroy every aspect of her life.
Just been made aware of Destiny addressing this exact argument I make, and I think it's important to let you hear.
Destiny's mad because people are linking to his Kiwi farms. Destiny's mad about that, but he links to Anna's Kiwi farms, right? Well, if you look at the two differences in context here, it's not even remotely the same. There was a Kiwi farms thread that was posted, and everybody kept basically doing what Jistical servers do. They would link it in my chat, like, oh my god, you do this, you do that. And I think I said something on stream to the effect of, listen, if you want to talk about her, go to her campfire and talk about her. Don't do it here. I don't want to see this here. This isn't going to be talked about here. Get out. Okay, that was my statement on it. They're trying to pretend like that statement is the same as the 50 extra discords and the room that Jistical has, where they explicitly talk about all of my stuff on there over and over and over again, and they're linking to it and they're referencing it and talking about it constantly. It's clearly not the same thing. Like if Jistical or any of those site servers made the same statement about me that I made about and I would be totally fine with that. If they were like, listen guys, we're not going to talk about their personal shit anymore. If you want to talk about it, or like their docs, whatever, if you want to talk about it, then go to camp and talk about it. I'd be totally fine with that.
But here's the difference. Anna's story isn't breaking from Kiwi Farms, it's breaking from Anna's and Destiny's stream. Meanwhile, the sources from the Destiny drama come from Kiwi Farms. They kind of have to reference it to some degree. I mean, would any reasonable person...
They're breaking, but what about the docs isn't breaking from fucking Destiny?
Say that I doxed Keffels because I referenced her Kiwi Farms? Absolutely not. I'm not set on this opinion. It's probably a case-by-case basis, and I don't know everything J-Stalk or Queeman have said, so I could probably be persuaded depending on the circumstances. Let me know what you guys think. Destiny sent me a message implying they wanted to use these doxes to sue J-Stalk and Queeman. I guess that's better than posting them publicly.
You said J-Stalk has greenlit everything coming from Kiwi Farms, which includes doxes of everyone around you, and they're now proceeding to harass you. You said you have a girlfriend, right? I mean, I know you probably want to keep that private, maybe. I don't know. People know.
Well, it's not because it's everybody points to Kiwi Farms where they're doxing her constantly. So. And Kelly Jean is also like bringing up things on Kiwi Farms about her, and she's posting about those things. It might even be one of the albums I sent you in like Jistical's Discord, and everybody knows it's coming from Kiwi Farms.
But in this message specifically to me, you said, if I'm after any information regarding J-Stalk, that's for my own purposes. Are you going to sue J-Stalk? Are you looking into that option?
I'd like to give that option. It would be nice to have that option.
Okay. It's either that or he's actually going to murder them. One or the other.
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy. That's one of the people like.
Oh yeah, we're bringing up the DDoS kid. Bang bang.
I was so you have no like it's actually kind of scary like how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father. I don't because I didn't know anything about. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it, but I was making so much money on Twitch and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason I decided that the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of
killing this kid.
Oh my god, I was so close to this dress. I had fucking streets mapped out and you had no idea. That's when I first started getting interest in like owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything.
So I don't know. I didn't really learn anything in that either. He didn't really dox anybody, although he's a little schizo about some people who absolutely hate him. Okay.
For my journey that I found interesting, Denims threw herself in is one of the victims who was secretly recorded.
Like he has so many victims and he has done this same shtick over and over and over again.
Fuck Denims, bro. I will not listen to a single thing that dumb bitch has to say without like mountains and mountains of proof.
Where he reaches out, or other women reach out to him who are 18 or 19 or 20, and he does the same song and dance where he tries to use and abuse them, and then discard them when it's no longer relevant or useful for him. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of.
What does that even mean? Yeah, when he's done coming, he gets rid of him.
What?
That's just like, I mean, I guess you can say it's gross, but
having had sex with him.
Not really immoral.
And after that point, he decided to just do a full smear campaign on me. And
that's because you're a fucking psycho bitch. Fuck you.
Non-sexual. In this case, I feel like it's important to recognize that illegal recordings of me. We had a conversation, and he recorded it in California, which is a two-party consent state. Which you cannot record people without their consent. Since that moment, I basically didn't talk about him at all because, like I said, he is a black hole. He's a cynical piece of shit black hole whose only goal is to sexually abuse women.
I saw this and was like, man, Destiny must have really victimized her in some way if she's talking like this. So I asked Destiny, and he says that Denim stayed in his apartment for 2 days banging a dude without his knowledge.
However, one weird thing happened where 2 days before TwitchCon ends, okay, Denims, all right, She said that she had to catch a ride back to LA early, and only one guy could give her a ride back. Okay? You follow me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to be polite, and because I'm mindful of like, I don't want some girl getting like trapped and raped or whatever, I told them, I was like, okay, yeah, no problem, that's fine or whatever. However, like, if you need to like use my apartment because you need like a place to stay, so you're not like trapped with some random dude or whatever, like, here's how to get into my apartment, just so you know. She's like, okay, thanks. 2 days later, me, Melina, and I think Katerino or whatever, we ended up like driving back to LA, pull into my apartment, it's in Glendale, go upstairs, open my apartment door, and then in my loft, up pops Denham's head and the guy. And I realized that Denham's and the guy had just spent the last 2 days in my fucking apartment with my computer on, like all my shit. I'm like, what the this was incredibly weird to me. I don't know why she thought I would have been okay with that. It was so dramatic. I sat up both times like, listen, okay, this is all too much, too dramatic, too weird. Like, I don't want anything to do with either of you guys. This is like crazy shit. This has gotten like way too wacky. They both acknowledged that they had both been like unhinged and crazy, and they understood and blah blah blah. And then after that, like we like all kind of went our separate ways. Now, I did record that conversation because the big fear I had, and this happened 2 days later, Denims goes online with her new guy friend, and she's like, Steven kicked me out because I wouldn't fuck him.
And that's pretty much what she's claiming now. So when Destiny offered me the recording, I took it, I listened to it, and he's right. She's just lying about the whole thing.
Yeah, buddy, get fucked, Denims, you fucking bitch.
No.
Why was I not told that he was not allowed to be in the apartment?
Because I wouldn't assume you would bring a stranger in my apartment without asking me. When I volunteers to drive you back, I don't know how you feel 100% because you don't talk about any of this stuff, which is fine. So like, if you're like in an awkward situation, right? I'm trying to be a good guy and give you a way out, like, hey, well, my apartment is open if you want to go in. So that gives you the ability to either say like, oh no, it's okay, I'll go with you. Or, okay, thanks for offering, I'll go to your apartment. That wasn't like bring into my apartment for him to have free reign in here.
She's literally like faking revenge porn. Like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ.
That is so weird. And not only that, but you couldn't even lie about it correctly. You told 3 different lies to different people. You told Melina, I would never, and I got into.
I never said that.
You did. I looked at the text. You did.
OMFG, no.
Yes. So okay. OMFG, no. So I come home and you're both still here. Why? Why would you put me in this weird spot where I have to come home and see an incredibly creepy fucking guy that is such a weird position in my community that's been trying to get me to stop fucking my ex-girlfriend because he's trying so hard to fuck her, is now fucking somebody else in my bed, dragging his fucking hairy balls across my fucking blankets, okay? Oh my god. And so we leave for an hour. It's like, holy shit, so we leave for an hour and come back and you're both still there. Oh god. I don't know, he's like, I need to get like a few more logs or pictures off of Destiny's computer. Holy shit, I don't think I've ever had somebody fuck me that hard where I tried to like offer somebody something in my entire life. I don't think I've ever been like so burned on something before. Holy shit.
Destiny kicks her out of the house, and before she goes, she says, I thought it was okay because I thought this weirdo guy changed for the better, completely missing the point for why he didn't like her there.
At this point, I'm like, I thought it was a pretty good judge of character, so now I'm like, am I a really bad judge of character? Has he changed since the last time he's been in your community? Is everything that like I've been told like fake or something? And it's like really like fuck with me because generally speaking, I have a relatively good read on people. So I'm just like,
Denham's trying to throw herself in with these victims is so disgusting. She sees all these alleged victims and she goes, I want to be one of them. Let me hide behind California law so he can't prove me wrong.
I know.
It had nothing to do with hooking up with Destiny. She lies with a smile. I also want to address one particular guy who's determined that I can't upload this video until I respond to him. Well, I worked hard on this video, so I better get to it. It's called WillyMac, PR for a Predator. He's mad at me for interviewing Destiny as if I'm somehow giving Destiny clout.
So WillyMac is choosing to platform a violent psychopathic criminal who wants other creators doxed and murdered.
A violent psychopathic criminal. I don't know about all that, but okay.
And he's laughing about it on Twitter. These two are so unlikable, referring to the people Destiny doxed and wants dead, even when they're being threatened with their dox. Notice how he doesn't mention the death threats. I can't help but notice how big off losers they are.
He wants me to parole clutch over Destiny's violent remarks, where in the tweet I'm quoting, Queen is making violent remarks towards another Twitter account who simply posted my content.
Curiously, so this guy's like a pathetic cocksucking hack loser, right? He needs to be like absolutely kicked into the dirt.
I think he just hates Hassan. But
this guy needs to be stomped into the fucking dirt. This guy.
You want to say that?
Filth.
These guys say violent things just like Destiny. They were huge fans of him up until recently. I don't feel like anyone's in any actual danger, but if they feel like they are, they should thank me for giving them the warning and call the cops. He says I'm downplaying Destiny's crimes for predicting that his career won't end over this.
You're totally right, but I've never seen someone's career end over some shit like this.
There's WillyMac downplaying Destiny's crimes, who gets interrupted by Nicholas DiOrio, commentary's top janitor. DiOrio downplays Willy's downplaying of Destiny's crimes, then makes sure that optically they're shitting on Destiny hard enough.
Destiny's videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views. He's streaming live to over 30,000 people. Why is he being factually?
It was like incredibly obvious that nobody fucking cares, because Destiny's strategy of just don't talk about it is like so obvious.
How this will affect
it obviously fucking works.
His career, downplaying what he did. I think the bigger problem is when people like this guy quit what Destiny did to Jeffrey Epstein.
Especially when we're talking about a guy with the nickname Epsteiny.
Or when J-Stock says Destiny has created a rape machine.
I think one of the a massive talking point here is the infinite rape machine, okay? How does the infinite rape machine work?
You guys make what Destiny actually did wrong seem not that bad, because Destiny didn't rape anybody, he didn't traffic anyone, he broke people's trust who were intimate with him so he could sex a 19-year-old e-girl, leading to these people's images being forever cemented online. Their employers, their kids, their family members can be harassed forever now. That should be enough to hold him to the fire. But the minute you make it about rape, people go, huh, he raped someone? Oh no, he didn't. He sent nudes. Oh, well then, who cares? You also risk getting sued for calling it rape, but that's just me sweeping, I guess. Common sense is sweeping. He says I shouldn't reach out to Destiny for comment.
Reaching out for comment can be helpful sometimes. However, it is not the ultimate journalistic tool, especially when we're talking about a guy with the nickname Epsteiny. You shouldn't reach out to Destiny for interview on his crimes for the same reason you shouldn't platform and befriend someone like Mr. Girl.
I know, because he might be rational and explain his position, and you might agree with him. I That's so spooky.
Matter if you speak out against touching kids and violence, if you befriend and platform people who advocate for such things. You are giving them an opportunity to downplay and normalize their behavior, maybe even make it look cool.
I am investigating the story. Reaching out to people to get more information, again, is common sense. If I didn't do that, I'd be no better than President Sunday and Beckett, who didn't reach out to Pixie. Sunday proceeded to slander her horribly because he fundamentally misunderstood the story. Both wound up getting their videos cited in her court document. Quote, the videos include screenshots of private messages of Pixie discussing the situation with friends.
Hey,
that Pixie
Lamau,
only cares about money and doesn't care about the other
court.
victims of the defendant. All of this is false. That's why it's important to reach out. You saying that I'm irresponsibly platforming Destiny is ridiculous because this video isn't even out yet. You don't even know how it's going to end up. You know who's not mad at me? Any of the victims or Pixie. I've been talking to her side as well. I'm going to have an on-the-record conversation with her and her legal team in the future. There are people that are so obsessively mad at Destiny, they'd rather me not do a good job when making a video. It's very odd to me.
I'm going to go through a few other clips and then start asking
I guess
Willy
it was
some
a good
pointed
job
questions.
on the video,
Now,
but
the
it just
commentary
feels like
community,
we
they
didn't
will
really
never
learn
be answered.
anything.
Well,
Other than
day.
he's
One,
like
how mu-
schizo on, he's bad in relationships, and he was like clearly lying about the Anna thing. And then the implied consent is probably not true, but that was like very obvious.
And what kind of input did Destiny have on WillyMac's video on Destiny? Has Destiny had input on WillyMac's other videos?
Destiny has no input on anything I do. Do you think he likes that I'm dragging out this career-defining drama another month? I showed up on one podcast and people think I'm an industry plant. I don't know how to battle this level of delusion.
2. In the initial video, were there parts of the conversation between Destiny and
The
Willy that were
Destiny
left
orbit is a black hole. If you talk to Destiny, it doesn't matter how big you are now an orbiter of Destiny. If you have 10 million subs and you talk to Destiny, sorry, bitch, you're now a Destiny orbiter. You got fucked.
In an attempt to hide Destiny's influence on the video, particularly in regards to President Sunday and Beckett.
Destiny never brought up President Sunday or Beckett when we talked. Pixie side did because President Sunday slandered her, and Beckett leaking her document with her intentions to sue before it was ready gave Destiny notice to delete evidence. This is all in her court papers. I knew about this beforehand because I reached out to Pixie and she told me. Crazy how that works.
Has WillyMac ever received any funding or payment from Destiny, Dan Saltman, or anyone else associated with OmniLiberal Studios? That's Destiny's media company.
Not a single dollar. Again, why would he pay me to make him look bad? These people are so stupid.
4. Since Nicholas Diorio has given Dan Saltman optical advice.
But I spoke to him and I'm like, listen, the problem with you and Erudite is you guys knew for months, so you've come to terms with this and you've engaged with it. That's not what the public wants to hear a day after they find out. When you start the initial statement being like, guys, rehabilitation is the answer, before anybody gets their licks in, people are gonna fucking hate you.
And considering some of the other behind-the-scenes conversations that the commentary community has had with Dan Saltman regarding his lawfare against Twitch, among other details alluding to collusion, can WillyMac speak to the collusion between the commentary community, Ethan Klein, Destiny, Dan Saltman, and OmniLiberal Studios?
I'm guessing this guy also thinks a cabal of Jews secretly run the world, because that's the same logic. I've never even spoken to Ethan. I think Nick talked to Destiny once on a panel. Does this mean I can never go on someone else's podcast or show again because the person ever gets in a scandal? That means I'm best friends with them? You're all way too parasocial.
5. How much has the commentary community, people like Nicholas Diorio, talked about avoiding backlash from Destiny's community, or being fearful of Destiny's community, or something along those lines? Can Willy elaborate on that hidden influence of fear within his community?
Look what happened with Chud Logic and Lauren Southern. He had Melina coming to him and telling him these things directly, and he was put in a position where he can either eat shit and be hated by that community and lose a huge percentage of his audience to the point where I had to pick up the other half of slack and like help him out, right, to keep him afloat, or he could just leak those messages and be justified immediately, and it would start like a huge conflict. And I guess he did the right thing by loyalty.
This guy is completely taking Nick out of context. Nick is giving me sound advice to not go forward with the story unless the victim is willing to go public as well. Is he really saying he disagrees with that? This YouTuber is bad faith or has an IQ in the single digits. This fan fiction is out of control. I've never had a conversation about being afraid of Destiny. Destiny doesn't even have 1 million subscribers. I talk about bigger, more combative people all the time. Realistically, what is there to be scared of? We make YouTube videos. It's not that serious.
It's time that we get an understanding of just how much coordination, fear, and middle school shenanigans go into making it seem like someone like WillyMac is a journalist, like Destiny is a real political pundit, like Diorio is a media expert. They're not.
Other people call me a journalist because I aim for the incredibly low bar of reaching out, which you don't even want me to do. Destiny is a political pundit. What do you think a political pundit is? All it means is someone
Imagine.
who talks about
so
politics with
stupid.
authority.
Don't
And I've
even
never
reach
heard
out to
anyone refer to
Destiny,
Nick as a media expert. I don't even know what a media expert means.
If WillyMac doesn't answer these questions, and I'm betting he won't, then I would advise everyone to disregard his coverage of Destiny. He is too
Oof. Egg on your face.
close to him to be reliable.
Well, there you go. I answered them, you absolute schizophrenic. This is all unhinged. It's like when J-Stock was asking me why I didn't cover Cherry in my video.
I don't think you worked very hard on this video. And like, for example, you know, you didn't really include much of the Cherry stuff, which is required, which is what really shook this whole situation up.
When I point out that I did include the Cherry stuff, he says I missed important tweets, so I asked him to link me them.
She tells you explicitly, apparently, that
She didn't tell me explicitly anything.
What I posted publicly is all I would have to contribute. So she's basically saying, go, like, if there's anything you want from me, I will post it publicly. And she had
And I
posted
did look
those
at her
publicly.
tweets. All right, link me her tweet right now. That's the big thing with all the information.
I don't know if there's like an archival tweet for this, but there were tweets about it, right?
But you can't like all the one tweet.
Can you find it now?
He couldn't link me a tweet because I didn't miss anything. He then says I should have reached out to him about Cherry.
There are a ton of people around Cherry who could have given you information. Me specifically, I was like,
I don't know who the fucking people are, bro.
Why would I go to a secondhand source about Cherry's allegations? That's literally how Sunday screwed up his video. But then I realized J-Stock only had this opinion because he didn't watch my video.
Like, I didn't like prepare that in any way. And like I said, I didn't even watch the full video yet. I did my like click through, like my little quick skimming.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Crashed out
How can you just
against
watch the
J-Stock
whole
after this.
video?
He's in
Fucking
same tweets. I
retard.
think J-Stock, Destiny, and every other person.
Oh,
And I never
wait,
said-
shit. I clicked too fast.
course about Cherry's
got
allegations.
angry.
That's literally how Sunday screwed up his video. But then I realized J-Star only had this opinion because he didn't watch my video.
Like I didn't like prepare that in any way, and like I said, I didn't even watch the full video yet. I did my like click through, like my little quick skimming.
Bro, this is like fucking Hassan when he like argued with Willie Mac and didn't even watch the video that he made.
Not
Like,
against
Jesus
J-Star after this,
Christ.
but these insane tweets. I think J-Star, Destiny, and every other person in my life is trying to get me to kill myself. I think when J-Star told me I'm Reckful and he's Dr. K and he promises to be my friend for 2 years no matter what, because he often blocks me if I disagree with him or don't do what he wants me to do. He means for me to depend on him, so I eventually kill myself like Reckful did. Wow, J-Star, you seem like you're doing great work over there. The reality is, this isn't a career-ending.
Why would you ever make that
drama,
video?
but it is defined. Every time his name comes up, people will bring up the situation, and they are correct in doing so. You can't demand accountability of people where week after week he demands it of all these Republicans, but then in your own personal life, you're just excusing your actions with implied consent, which is just an excuse to share nudes of other people. It's caused real harm to Pixie that he has in the past acknowledged. So I want to wrap up, but do I think Destiny has a pattern of abuse? Well, he sexually assaulted a woman on stream, apologized, and years later slandered Dan on stream while sexting her. She doesn't describe it as abuse, but I still think it's pretty bad. Dan, Destiny's co-host, advocated for his wife to leave him.
I'll say this also. I think Steven was a fucking really shitty husband to Melina, okay? I'm coming out here saying it right
Yeah,
now.
but there's a difference between being a bad boyfriend or whatever and then being an abuser. These are like fundamentally different things.
Either, but it's not good. The way that he was, like, I talked with Melina a lot of times, and she was crying and miserable and everything else. And Steve would say, "What do you want me to say? I'm selfish, motherfucker. That's why I'm in the relationship that I'm in." He was like, you know, what should I do? Should I leave? And I'll tell you this: I never was like, I was never like, no, you should stay and make things out. I told her multiple times, like, listen, if you feel like this is an abusive relationship, get the fuck out of there.
So I don't think I'm sold on it being a pattern of abuse because they're different things. We really don't know the details with Melina. But if other people think this all proves a pattern, I'm not going to argue with them. The clear pattern to me is that Destiny is always sharing nudes, whether it's Blue Tea or threatening Anna with hers or sharing Pixie's, Stacia's, Melina's, Cherry's. Anna claims that she received other girls' nudes that she didn't know. Was this also without consent? We'll probably never find out. He has to apologize at some point, hopefully when the trial is over. It's like Sneeko calling out people for being heartless while he says Hitler did nothing wrong.
He's gonna, I'm just feeling into the void. Destiny's probably gonna win, or he's gonna win on the superseding event thing and then be like
I'm calling OnlyFans girls who are hanging out with them all the time. It may seem
I
like
don't
an extreme
know.
example, but
That would be
Destiny
crazy if he just wins outright though. It's fucking
Sneeko
over.
doesn't contemplate that. As far as people just watching Destiny for his politics, I think that's fine.
I'm just gonna
Turns out there's a
assume
lot of
he's hinging on like mens rea, and he like didn't have the intent, and without the intent, he can't be sued for it. That's gonna be
hypocrites
my
in the political
guess.
space. At the end of the day, I'm not here to be anyone's friend or enemy. I'm here to get a laugh, shed light on a story, and do a good job. So subscribe to the channel and be sure to check out Aura.
Okay, bro, this was fucking boring. There was like nothing. There's like nothing in this. There's like nothing new. Boring, lame. I wanted more fucking drama, and I got none of it. All right, I'm gonna end the stream. It is midnight. Everyone have a good night. I will see you probably not tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see you all eventually. Have a good one. Bye. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And make sure you follow my Twitch accounts, that way you can tune in live next time. Thank you.